Television's best chef is with us today. Up next, we bake with Anna Olson. Stay with us. Thanks, you guys. Celebrity chef Anna Olson is taking a bit of a break from Eat Vancouver at BC Place to be with us today. We are honored that you are here.
Well, I'm pleased to be here.
Full disclosure, I have every single one of your episodes on my PVR, and I have actually baked from your recipes. I have written down from the shows and gone. I baked the jelly roll not too long ago.
Yeah, it was the classic one with the jam filling.
Turned out perfectly.
It's so easy.
It was fabulous. Yeah, it was great. Okay, but today we're doing brownies?
Brownies, fudge brownies with salted pecans.
Oh my goodness.
Just to make it better.
Okay, all right, where do we start?
Well, what I love about this is it's actually a one-pot dessert. So you don't even need a mixing bowl. You need one pot. So what I've done is melt 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate.
Unsweetened?
It's got such an intensity, and I find for chocolate brownies, that's what you want.
Okay.
And I've melted that with some butter to start things
Yum.
off. So
the smell in here is phenomenal.
And that is the intensity of
that
the
chocolate.
unsweetened chocolate. So because it is so, you have to add lots of sugar.
Okay.
Now I like to add brown sugar, a combination of brown and white sugar, if you'd like to add that in.
Okay.
And now adding...
Okay, so this means I have officially baked with Anna
Yes,
Olson.
you have.
Done. There we go.
Earning the name of the show.
Off my bucket list. Listen, Anna, you've got a 6th cookbook coming out?
Actually, 7 is
7?
out. It's out. It's called Back to Baking.
Holy smokes.
And I'll be showcasing recipes at Eat Vancouver, some from the show, some from the books, some altogether new.
Wow.
So I've always got something new on the go.
Where do you get your inspiration? Because I know you're a classically trained pastry chef. You know all of the basics, all the tricks. How do you come up with new ideas?
Well, as we're chatting here, I'm adding the eggs now, one at a time.
Okay.
The sugar has cooled down the chocolate mixture.
She's good at TV.
But you know what? Really, I look to the seasons first. So I'm a seasonally moody cook. So right now, for me, it's everything about rhubarb and asparagus.
Okay.
Not always together.
Right.
But sometimes I make a killer rhubarb vinaigrette. And actually, I have to keep things like that in mind because tonight at Eat Vancouver is the Chef Throwdown.
Oh.
And I will be competing alongside Rob Feeney and Trevor Birds.
Oh my goodness.
Just a little pressure. I've never been on Iron Chef before myself or Top Chef.
They're not pastry chefs though, so how does this work?
We're cooking, we're not baking.
Oh.
I know, so I'm even at more of a disadvantage.
Ooh, that's kind of out of your comfort zone?
A little bit, a little bit.
Okay,
so
so
I'm taking
was that
solace
vanilla?
in my brownies here. A little bit of vanilla.
Okay.
And now your dry ingredients go in, just a cup of flour.
Okay,
Typical
and that's
to
just
brownies.
Regular all-purpose?
And a
Okay.
1/4 cup of cocoa.
Oh, so you put cocoa in with the melted chocolate?
To intensify, a good brownie is all about the chew and the intensity.
Okay.
And then I stir that together. Now, ahead of time, what I did was, you know, you can add toasted walnuts, you can add pecans, you can add coconut, but what I did was I took pecan halves, melted a little butter in the pan, I toasted them in the pan with the butter, but also sea salt. So you get this little crunch and salt hit throughout the brownie.
And that's better than baking them in the oven?
Well, to do the salt butter mixture, yes. But
Okay.
otherwise, it takes about 10 minutes at 350 to toast any nut.
I just want to make a comment how you started out with this combination that was just so liquidy, and now with the flour and the other ingredients, it has turned into this gooey, delicious.
Well, and isn't this why we love baking?
Yeah.
And I look to kids often when it comes to baking and that fascination they have. And you look at something like this, you can mix in one pot, do
magic.
it with the kids, and then that fascination comes from when you put it in the oven, and this amount of goo turns into that in just 18 minutes.
It is a magical transformation. You start out with some inedible products like the flour, and it's raw and everything, and you put it in the oven and it comes out magical.
Yeah, well, you know, and you can try it with broccoli, but it's just not as gratifying to watch broccoli cook.
Not the same. Really quick question about your show. How did you get so good at going from being a pastry chef to being a television host? Because you know what? Every time I talk to people about you, the question is, how do I get to do that? I want to do what she does. And what's your best advice for somebody who wants to be a television chef?
Well, you know, before I started in television, I'm a very shy and nervous person, and I knew I had to get myself out of my shell, so I forced myself to teach cooking classes just to get comfortable with speaking in public, getting my points made and across, and then, of course, when you've got something delicious at the end, it makes it easier.
It's working, and I'm going to have a taste of this during the commercial break. But thank you so much for being on the show. Good luck at Eat Vancouver. We'll be there. I'm coming down to check you out.
I'm there all weekend.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike. I'm going to have a little brownie now.
Yeah, we'll save one for me. Thanks, guys. It's